Just over a month ago, on a chilly March morning, this is what the dry dock at Philadelphia Navy Yard, or one of them, looked like. That shape may be familiar to some of you, those dry dock blocks down there, and that is because this is the dry dock that USS New Jersey was due to return to. And I say return because this is also the dry dock that she fitted out in after she was launched all the way back in the 1940s, and also the dry dock that she went back into for further work during one of her reactivations. And as the light grew, this was the flooding of the dry dock. Now, you might be interested to know that little block that you can see just at the top of this picture. That doesn't actually have the ship resting on it, but that block was a fixed point from which a float, which you can see there, the little yellow dot, was being run from. And so as the dry dock filled, that float would obviously stay on the surface, and that gave the dry dock crew a fixed reference point from which to maneuver the ship. And there's a similar block up front. So why am I telling you all this? Well, there will be a video in the future detailing the process of New Jersey going into dry dock and then how she got out of dry dock, etc., which is for the minute for the future because she's still in dry dock at the moment. So yeah, this was the morning as the dry dock began to flood. Meanwhile, down in Paulsboro, tugs had arrived. So these tugs were going to provide the motive power because New Jersey cannot move under her own power. And even if you did reactivate the engines, the US Navy would get a little bit annoyed about that. It is apparently in the contract not to do so. So this was the moment that New Jersey left Paulsboro on her way to the dry dock, as you can see, gradually moving away there, having been moored up on her starboard side. Now, the main purpose, as you've probably guessed from the title of this video already, is to tell you about the opportunity to see New Jersey in dry dock. Now, there are dry dock tours available. There are the regular dry dock tours. There are a few of those left as of the time that this video goes up. There's a link in the video description below to that, if you want to do those. However, there are also some premium dry dock tours available. You can get a tour under USS New Jersey with full explanation, etc., with Ryan Szymanski, curator of Battleship New Jersey Memorial and Museum. And on the weekend of the 25th and 26th of May, which at the time this video goes up is in 3 weeks, you can also get a dry dock tour under the ship with me. On both of those days, those tours are available. Now, a few quick things for everybody to know. Some of you may have seen this as a community announcement a week or two ago, but this video will probably reach a slightly larger audience. Now, there are a few restrictions to these tours. The dry dock is a deep dry dock. It is accessible only by steps. You can actually see the steps start up there just on the right. This is as the ship was just coming in. There's about 150 steps all told. There are handrails, and unless it's been absolutely chucking it down with rain on the day, the steps aren't particularly slippery. They're fairly standard grippy concrete. But if you aren't able to deal with, 50 to 60 steps at a time, because obviously you have to go down and back up and so forth, then unfortunately this is probably not for you because, well, dry docks don't have lifts, unfortunately. But if you are physically able to make that, then of course you will be able to do a dry dock tour. Parking is available at the Navy Yard if you're coming by car, and well, there's a number of hotels nearby if you're coming from significantly further away. Also, as you can guess from this photo, you see that plane. It's right near Philadelphia Airport, so you can fly in and potentially take a taxi quite easily. This, by the way, is the caisson which they were manoeuvring into place at the front of the dry dock so they could drain it all again. And links to the dry dock tours with either Ryan or myself are also available in the video description below. Now, quick word, because some people did raise this issue in the community post that I put up. Yes, those dry dock tours with Ryan and me are somewhat expensive. The board that runs USS New Jersey sets the price. I don't have any control over that, and I am not making any money from this. Okay, so not a single cent or dollar that you pay in ticket price is going to me. It's all going to the restoration of USS New Jersey, as she spends just over 60 days in dry dock. But if you go on either the regular dry dock tours, if any of those tickets are still available by this point, or on one of the ones with Ryan and myself, you get to keep your special dry dock hat. So there'll be a specially labelled USS New Jersey restoration hat. You will need steel toe cap boots, by the way, or similar protective footwear. And for those of you who do come on a dry dock tour with myself, there will be a few extra bits and pieces, a little goodie bag that I'm putting together myself by hand, mostly, for each of you to take away. Plus, of course, you get to interrogate me for about an hour or so about, well, anything and everything, but hopefully more about the once-in-a-lifetime experience of going under an Iowa-class battleship that we'll be partaking of at the time. Plus, thanks to a very generous donation from a subscriber, there are also going to be 2 tickets to Dry Dock Tour with Drach. Dry dock in a dry dock whilst a ship is undergoing dry docking. And those 2 tickets are available essentially for a giveaway. So they have been paid for, but you have a chance to win one of those tickets. Now, in order to be in with a chance of winning one of those tickets, what you have to do is email me. So email is 5minuteguides@gmail.com, and it's available in the video description. It's in the channel about description on the channel main page on YouTube. And just in case you're wondering, 5minuteguides, plural, @gmail.com. That's all spelt. There's no numbers in it. And all you need to do is send an email with the title Dry Dock Tour Ticket Giveaway. And that's all you need to do. Just put that in the title. And the tours I'm doing are at 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. on the 25th, and 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. on the 26th. So if you, for whatever reason, could only make the 25th or the 26th, then append that in the title as well. If you leave that blank, you don't put any date in, then I will assume that you're able to make either day and take that into consideration when drawing the tickets. So as of the time this video goes up, entries for that giveaway will be accepted until the end of Friday, the 10th of May, so that's 1 week's time, the end being the UK, so GMT midnight, going on Saturday. And I will advise the winners that they've won on the Saturday, so Saturday the 11th, which will give you 2 weeks to sort out how to get to New Jersey. And on that note, obviously, if you are going to enter, please make sure that you can actually make it there in the first place, because otherwise I would have to do another really fast giveaway, and obviously that puts pressure on someone who would then have a very short amount of time, even shorter than that, to sort out how they're getting there. And outside of all of that, in the evening of the Saturday and the Sunday, exact time to be announced, but probably around 7 o'clock in the evening, I'll also be doing a meetup for subscribers, and that will be taking place at Victor's Pub over in Camden, which is not a million miles away from where New Jersey was and will be again once she gets out of dry dock. So we can all chat, hang out, and enjoy some decent food as well. As the exact time of when that will start to be confirmed, but probably around 7 o'clock. I might push it earlier to 6 o'clock, or who knows, but keep an eye on the channel, community post or something for that update. So there you go. Dry dock tours, an opportunity to win a ticket to said dry dock tour with me, a chance to meet up if you aren't able to make it into the dry dock itself, and of course, as I mentioned, if you do happen to go on a dry dock tour with me, I will be bringing some extra goodies as well as your commemorative hat as a token of my appreciation to you for supporting the restoration of the mighty Battleship New Jersey. So with all that said and done, thank you very much everyone for listening. Hope to see some of you in New Jersey. Well, not in the ship itself, but in the state within which we will be in the dry dock, within which we will then be seeing New Jersey. And of course, bear in mind that since Missouri relatively recently did a dry docking, it's relatively unlikely that another Iowa class is going to be in dry dock anytime soon. So this really is a bit of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And with that said, see you again in another video, or possibly coming to a dry dock somewhat near you.